Hello students, today I am here with the new chapter that is Nature of Matter. In this chapter we'll study about matter and its properties. So as you know, we see a variety of materials around us like your table, chair, your desk. So they have different shape, size and color and their properties are also different. It is difficult to study each and every property of every material separately. So to study of these material, we categorize them into different groups on the basis of their property, which makes easier to learn or to know about those materials. Look at this plate. I have some beads. Some are green, some are white, some are black, some are white. So here I have 10 white beads and 10 green beads. So on the basis of their color, we can categorize them into two groups, green and white. So here 10 are white and 10 are green. Similarly, here I have 10 white beads and 10 black beads. So on the basis of their color, we can categorize into two groups. But here I have some beads which are of similar color, but their size is different. Some are bigger and some are smaller. So we can categorize different material on the basis of their shape, size and color. Now look at this setup. I have one plastic scale, one iron scale, eraser, a sharpener, some coin, milk, water, oil, a plastic pen, a wooden pencil. So these are different materials. So they need to be classified into different groups on the basis of their occurrence. So here on the basis of their occurrence, these materials can be categorized into two groups, natural material and man-made material. So what actually natural material is? The material which occur naturally. Example is wood, milk and water, and the man-made material or synthetic material which are made by man. For example, your glass, plastic and steel. So according to their occurrence in nature, we can classify them into two different groups, natural material and man-made material. But various things have similar property and they have been grouped together in so that according to their properties they can be grouped properly. So such a grouping of materials having similar property is known as classification. So what actually classification is? It is the process by which we can group certain materials having similar property. So now coming to the main topic of this chapter, that is matter. What matter is? Now look at this sheet. This sheet as a whole, it is continuous. It cannot be broken into pieces. But when I tore it into smaller pieces, this sheet is torn into smaller and smaller and smaller pieces up till the end, the smaller one. So similar is the matter, because this material, everything is made up of matter around us. So this is a tiny particle. So we can consider that matter, it is made up of tiny particles. It is not a continuous and is a particular in nature. So particles, they form matter. So what actually matter is? Matter is something which has mass and occupies space. So here I have a glass of milk. The volume of milk is here in the glass and it is also occupying some space. So this is considered as matter, the object or the material which has some mass and occupies some space. So according to this particle arrangement, matter is classified into three different groups: solid, liquid and gaseous form. So gaseous form of matter, solid examples are coin and wood, liquid milk and water, gaseous is air or water vapor, carbon dioxide, oxygen, they are all gaseous in nature. So according to the particle arrangement, they are grouped in three categories. Here in solids, the particles, they are very tightly packed. They are very close to one another and they cannot move apart. So due to this particle arrangement, they have a fixed shape and a definite volume. For example, I have a book, and this book is a solid and it has a definite shape, and it also has some weight. When you hold it on your hand, you feel some weight of this book on your hand. So it is a solid. So it has a definite volume and a fixed shape. In liquids, the particles, they are less tightly packed. They move apart from each other and they little bit move apart. So due to this arrangement, liquids, they have definite volume, but they do not have fixed shape. They acquire the shape in which they are poured. If you pour the water in a bottle, then it will acquire the shape of a bottle. And if you are keeping that in a glass, then it will acquire the shape of a glass. Now in gases, the particles, they are very far away from each other. Here the particles, they are very far away from each other. They can move apart. They move very far away from each other. So due to their particle arrangement, gases, they neither have fixed shape, they nor have definite volume. So students, that's all for today. Next we'll continue with the properties of matter, and there is one note for you that I will conduct your test on Wednesday related to chapter food. Thank you and have a nice day.